Hello students, so let's discuss about the different nervous system. And you know our nervous system is made up of three parts, that is brain, the spinal cord and the nerves. And the brain is the connected to each part of the body through the spinal cord and the interconnected networks of nerve. The brain receive and send the message through these nerves via spinal cord. So such arrangement allows the brain to monitor every part of the body. And you know this brain made up by three parts, that is cerebellum and medulla. Cerebellum is the upper part of the brain and normally it is the largest part of the brain and it controls our thinking, learning ability, memory and basic intelligence. And the cerebellum is located below the cerebrum, that is at the back of the brain, and it controls the muscles movement and maintain the balance of the body. And the medulla, already you know the medulla is the stem shaped structures located beneath the cerebrum, and normally it works even while we are sleeping. Normally it controls the involuntary activities such as breathing, sneezing, heartbeat or blood circulation. So this type of things are actually controlled by the medulla. So today we want to discuss about the spinal cord. The spinal cord originates from the medulla and extends almost till the lower end of our backbone, and it is a tube-like structure which is surrounded and protected by the vertebral column. It is made up of many nerves. All information between the brains and the rest of the body is transferred with the help of the spinal cord. It also controls the reflex actions, that is, those actions that do not involve the brain. So, the nerves are responsible for the transfer of the information between the brain and the rest of the body. So, the question is, what is nerves? Normally, a long thread-like structures that carry messages between the brain and the other parts of the body are called nerves. So, nerves are the messenger of our body, a vast network of the nerves that run throughout the body and carries messages between the brain and the rest of the body. Nerves are made up of nerve cells, that is called neurons, and there are three kinds of nerves which is known as sensory nerves, motor nerves and mixed nerves. So what is the sensory nerves? They carry messages from the sense organ to the brain, or you can say these sensory nerves called the carrier. It carry messages from the sense organ and brain to the spine or to the spinal cord. When the brain interrupts these messages, they are able to see, hear, smell, taste or feel. And the next one is motor nerves. They carry the messages from the brain or the spinal cord to the other part of the body. So normally the muscles or the glands, our muscles and glands work as instructed by these messages. And last one is mixed nerves. They carry messages in both directions between the brain or spinal cord and the other parts of the body. And you know, some of our actions are not controlled by the brain. And this, for example, if your hand accidentally touch a hot container, then you pull back your hands immediately. Now, how does this happen? When the container is touched by your hand, the sensory nerves pass a message to the spinal cord that the container is hot, and this message is not passed on to the brain as it would take a little more time. Instead, the spinal cord sends back a message to the hand through the motor nerves to pull back immediately. Such an automatic and quick actions of the body is called the reflex actions. So our body has some automatic response. So these actions are instant and does not involve the brain and are called reflex action. Such organs are controlled by the spinal cord. The skin is the receptor organ and it sends the signal to the spinal cord, and spinal cord orders the muscle of the hand which act as an effector organ. So we have five sense organ, that is eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin, and sense organ connect us to the world outside. This sense organ help us to sense our surroundings. The sense organ allow us to see, hear, smell, taste and feel. So first one is eyes. Normally eyes give us the sense of vision. They help us to see the world around us. Each eye consists of an eyeball which is located in the hollow cavity of the skull called orbit. The eyeball is filled with a fluid that protects the eye from the shock and minor jerks. The eyelid and the eyes protect the eyeball from the dust. The circular transparent area in front of the eye is called the cornea, and it receives the light and sends it to the inner part of the eye. The round colored part is the iris. People have different color of eyes because iris can contain different color pigments. The iris has an opening in the center called the pupil. The light enters the eye through the pupil. At the back of the eye, the images is formed on the retina. The optic nerve connected the eyes to the brain, and messages from the retina pass to the brain through these optic nerves. So normally there are four different parts of eye, that is eyelid, irises, and pupil, iris, cornea, retina and optic nerve. So how can you care of your eyes? Eyes are very delicate. We must take proper cares of our eye. Wash your eyes by splashing water on them. Make sure that when you are reading there in proper light, do not read in the dim light. Maintain a proper distance between your eyes and the book. Also make sure that you sit in the right posture while reading and writing. Do not watch too much of TV, but whenever you watch, keep a distance of almost 6 feet from the television. Too much of playing computer games is also harmful for your eyes. Make sure never to use someone else's towels if he has an eye infection, because it can be spread.